We're in the very large town of Sant, spelt S-A-I-N-T-E-S. I'm standing right outside very, very old church. You can't really see in the dark. We'll have to have another look in the daylight. Called San Eutrope, which was built by the Benedictine monks and consecrated in the year 1096, so the 11th century, the end of the 11th century, by Pope Urban. It's spelt U-R-B-A-N, I don't know how you pronounce it, Pope Urban II. So it's a very, very old Romanesque church, which we can't see because it's a bit dark, but I love Sant, S-A-I-N-T-E-S, because as a Southampton fan, it resonates particularly with me to be in a town that's called by that name. But we arrived here at just after lunchtime today, having walked from Le Douai, where I'd camped outside a huge chateau, which was once home to the bishops of Sant. So this town, the bishops lived just 15 kilometres away. So now I walk through these very grand doors here, and I want to show you something here. So, this is the joy of being a pèlerin, a pilgrim on the way to Santiago. I rolled up at this place. I'd heard about it, and there's a little courtyard here. It's just coming up to about 11 o'clock at night, but anyway, the church is, oh, you can't see because it's just, there's not enough light, but anyway, see where that window is? Well, that's actually part of a room that is kind of adjoined to the church, but that in there is where I'm staying. Look at that. So it's kind of, you can see the stone from the church. I guess this is kind of like a little annex that's been built alongside. I guess they used to be the external windows there, but this is a refuge. I need to go and get a torch because we can't see a thing, even outside. Right. Okay, so can we see anything now? No. Let's go and get a torch. But yeah, I'm in here on my own, on my Todd again. It's the 12th of October, and I love it. It's great because basically I've got a cooker, which I used earlier and did some kind of curried chicken stuff, which I bought, and some pasta, and that was all good. Washed up, like the good pilgrim that I am. See, everything's scallop shells. Even the soap is in a scallop shell dish. And we got if you're short of a scallop shell, then there's a whole pile of them there. And there's a statue of Saint Jacques, Santiago, St. James. Now it is all extremely bizarre. I mean, the whole Santiago thing is bizarre because it's kind of built around this myth that St. James's body was brought by some Spanish disciples back to Galicia, and then the sarcophagus was lost, and then it was found in a starry field, hence Compostela, and then that's where Santiago was built, and all the rest of it. And then he became the kind of I suppose the figurehead of the Reconquest, fighting against the Moors that had occupied Spain for about 700 years. But basically the bottom line is James probably never left Jerusalem. And if the scallop shell has got anything to do with him, then it's because he was a fisherman, not because of the story that he kind of the boat that his body was on. One of the guys kind of got dragged out to sea by a feisty horse, and somehow miraculously they were saved, and then when they were brought out of the waters they were covered in scallop shells. Anyway, you see, this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with here. As far as the warrior thing goes, James being a warrior, well, he probably never rode a horse in his life, and he died long before Islam was even, a glint in Muhammad's eye. So it's kind of an interesting one, this whole Santiago de Compostela thing. But James existed, there's no doubt, and there is something very powerful about pilgrimage and something very special about walking these old routes that millions of people have walked throughout the years. And to get the opportunity to stay in a place like this, look at this. I mean, it's kind of, these are, I guess these were external walls of the church, and this is kind of a new annexy bit that's built on. And there's a dormitory here for 6 people, 2, 4, 6. I'm there. OG Bear's there, looking after all my recharging stuff. And torch. I want a torch. Yeah, that's it. I'll find a torch in my rucksack somewhere in here. I've got a torch. I know I have. See, that's my own little thing, little scallop shell that I got when I was in Canterbury. I thought it might come in handy. It's like a little passport. If you've got the scallop shell, then you might end up with some free or cheap accommodation. So it's worth having with you. Although you also need the credential, which is the pilgrim passport, which I picked up in Compiègne, and it gets stamped en route. So that's a little first aid cabinet, Saint-Jacques. Little ex-people that have stayed here have left little bits of artwork. Courage, pèlerin. Courage, pilgrim, as he's walking up a hill towards some mountains.